I just, if we want to kind of call to order, stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Okay, minutes, right? Minutes. Matt is on vacation, and I don't think we printed out
Did not print that out.
an agenda.
It's the same as before, just with the,
Oh, that's fine. I just asked.
sorry.
So do I have a motion for the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
I abstain, I wasn't at the meeting.
First abstain of the year.
Not supposed to vote if you weren't.
Okay, a couple things here that I like to just, I don't want to say pontificate, but this is, I think we've been relatively formal with this, which I think is good, but I want to make sure that even if something is fully not on the agenda, since our agendas have been a little bit light, if anybody has anything they ever want to say, right? I mean, I think, especially at the beginning here, our times to say it, sometimes I feel maybe there's more to come. So if anybody ever wants to say anything, just, again, this is not a supervisor meeting. This is a working session, so we can all, I want to hear everybody's opinion. I think everybody wants to hear everybody's opinion. So again, I kind of want to throw that out there. Having said that, so just a couple things for me, and then I know we have a lighter agenda today, but I think that there's some really important things to kind of talk through there. Again, from my personal perspective, this is a little disappointing. This would have been the meeting that if kind of that timeline was filled, we would have had quotes back and we'd be kind of discussing possibly selecting somebody. That would have been at this meeting, which we could have got back and kind of moved this process down. I think the thing that's just frustrating is all of us wanted to do cool things here, and I think we still can and we still will, but today we're gonna talk about a letter of gripe that we're gonna hand supervisors that, again, I think has to be put on the public record, but again, does that move us forward? I don't know. I think John is going to lead kind of a discussion on the salary. I think we can have that. I know Kyle, you wanted to kind of have to talk about that for a while of the council, and I know John's done a lot of research on that too, so we can have that today. So again, moving forward with what we need to do, the kind of the first item that was on that agenda is a letter that I typed to all of you, and I think fairly, Kylie said at the supervisor meeting, she was kind of put on the spot of how do they feel about this. And she didn't have a lot of things to really go by. So I thought it was only fair, and I think it's right publicly to kind of just put into the record, I guess, of all the things that we talked about at the last meeting. So none of that stuff was made up. I took that directly from the minutes of the last meeting of kind of what everybody said of some of the things that they were disappointed with kind of this new process that we were going down. So my thought today, and the first thing is, if we could have maybe a discussion on that, see if you think we should do that, we shouldn't do that, if things should be taken off of that, if things should be added to that,
Sorry,
and
which things are you talking
then we from the letter or from that.
Okay.
So, and I think everybody has this, correct?
Yes.
All right, and then again, if there are changes, which I'm assuming they're going to be, I didn't want to wait another 30 days to send that. I think I want to get it done today, so I have my computer here. And again, I don't know how formal that is, but I'll make the changes as we go so that I think if we want to do that, that's something we can vote on. And again, I think, Kylie and those guys kind of did ask for something like this formally so that we can at least, have our thoughts on what we liked, what we don't like, and where things are going here. Having said that, I'd like to just, open maybe this up for discussion. We can go line by line, but if anybody has anything on top of what I said, I'd love to hear it.
I'm going to preface my remarks by saying that if you think that these are dweeb remarks, just tell me that, because I've been told that plenty of times in the past.
Could you define dweeb for me?
That term is not being used.
Nitpicky.
Oh, okay.
I say
That's
very old.
Yeah, I think Evan Adair would call me a dweeb for doing.
What would the younger Kylie TikTok generation prefer?
TikTok
All right, Brian, what do you got?
Well, there's a lot.
Go ahead.
Okay. On number one, conflict of interest, administrative code defines the duties, and then you say reporting lines. Were you trying to reference maybe chain of command? Is that what you were going for right there? The
All right,
reporting line?
talk to me when you're saying,
The administrative code, this is number one.
Yes,
Conflict of interest. The administrative code defines the duties, and then you say the reporting lines. Would that be chain of command, or would that be a more
the report?
precise?
Well, I mean, I think that it's just kind of an overall summary of the administrative code.
Okay,
I mean, reporting lines meaning if I'm a councilman, all right, all the departments do not report to me. That is going to be in the administrative code. So that's kind of just an overall summary of what the administrative code probably would do.
reporting lines is where you want, that's fine. Again, do we,
That would include the chain of command, to your point.
okay, all right.
You know,
The reporting lines
the
would
report,
be
yeah.
the chain of command.
I would assume, Tom. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, correct. I mean, who has the power to speak to who, right? I mean, because that all changes. So again, I think that's just an overall, that's what the administrative code would do or should do.
Last sentence, that is a conflict of interest, or second to last sentence, that is a conflict of interest. That's making kind of a determination, and what I would suggest is that offers the appearance of a conflict of interest,
Yeah, love it.
as opposed to that is. Bear with me.
No, you're good. Hold on.
All right.
Say that again. That offers the
That
appearance.
offers the appearance of a conflict of interest.
Okay, I like it.
It's a strong offer.
Yeah. Number two, last sentence.
Can I stick with number one for now?
Okay,
Or like,
No. This is for.
For sure.
You want to go on the line, yeah.
yeah.
what did you mean by like defining their own roles?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the
Like a job description?
what. No, I mean, I think when you have, I don't know what they're going to do. I guess, right? And that's kind of what we talked about in the minutes. That's kind of why it was on here, because they are. This is an administrative code that is kind of I don't want to say the Constitution, but it will rule over the power structure moving Mill Creek forward, which will include, to a certain extent, the people who are working under it. So again, that's why I believe that is a conflict of interest when the actual employees are creating the document that they're going to be working under. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And again, I'm not saying that there's anything nefarious going to happen, but it's just human nature when you see something. And again, I don't know. I was hoping we were going to actually have somebody here today from that. Like, we kind of had that discussion, right? If they're working on this, we were going to have at least maybe somebody that could have come and say, hey, where are we with this? But I mean, that's kind of where, and again, remember, these aren't Tom Laird making this up in a paper. This was taken from everybody's from the minutes of the last meeting of what we said. So again, that's kind of where I think that came through. And if we don't like that as a group, I mean, we can take that out, but I think I strongly,
Yeah, I'm just kind of responding to it.
yeah, but to be honest, this is to you.
I know. That's why I
Like, it's
will
kind
be
of-
abstaining from the vote on this.
Right. Okay.
I'm just trying to help clarify it.
No, I got you. So that's kind of where, and I think that's what I actually said at the meeting last time. I mean, I think that was one of my things.
Well, I will just say, let it be said, the job definitions already exist. We don't anticipate that to change, and the only difference in the reporting structure is instead of to supervisors, to be to the manager.
Yeah, I agree. But again,
Well,
I
there
don't-
might be some other things, but that's certainly one of the major ones, right?
Well,
I mean, does it sound like what I'm saying though is like way out of line and totally crazy? Like, I mean, you could probably kind of see
I'm
that
not
if you're
gonna lie,
looking
a
at
little
this.
bit.
Yeah, I mean, so I think that's the number one main thing that I had a problem with is the people that will be working under this structure are creating the structure. And that doesn't make sense to me to be totally non-conflicted.
But they're not creating the structure. I just said what the structure was.
But the administrative code is the structure. It is the structure,
But it-
right? It is the absolute thing that we're going to be using in Mill Creek for the next 50 to 100 years. It's going to be there long, when they're gone. And to have those employees creating it, I think just makes it look maybe a little bit shadier
Well,
than it is.
if there's anything wrong with it, it will be the council's job to say, oh, we got to fix this.
And that's fine. And that's why I'm saying, that's why I have a problem with it. And if it's going to get fixed down the road, fine, get fixed down the road. But it's still the reason that I think there's a problem with doing it that way.
I would disagree.
I understand. No, I get it.
I'm not, if we can just stay on that subject for a minute, I totally agree. I think it is more than likely 99% accomplished. Number one, who in the employment here has ever gone to a council manager form of government to make changes to the administrative code? Everybody here works, as they have for the past however many years, under the code that exists today. How are they to know how to modify the code to a new form of governance that they're going to do? Nobody has that experience yet.
One, we don't have an administrative code. We only follow the second-class township code.
That's going to need to be changed.
Yes.
Based on the council manager.
That's the whole point.
So having the employee, and nothing against employees, but who has the experience to know what to change, how to change it, to reflect what the second-class code is going to make as these
The degree of
provisions?
experience, as in saying someone who has done it before,
Someone
is
who's-
exactly 0 people because of the last time this
Then it
was done.
seems, honestly, it seems to me
Kylie,
like
come
Watley's
on. I
energy.
mean, this is semantics to the nth degree. There's lawyers that study this, though, right? So we can say nobody's maybe, but there's people who have gone through this. There's people that work in this. There's people that are experts in this. To say that no one's done it, maybe done the change.
I'm not trying to rile you up.
I mean,
I'm
you're
just-
not, but I mean, you kind of are, because I get that you guys have kind of made the decision to do it this way, right? So to be honest, this is just the reason why we think that you're wrong, the way that you guys are doing it. This is the reason that we think that the way that we had it was better. So we just wanted to put this. You guys are probably going to just take this and throw it out anyway, right? I mean, because we really haven't been listened to too much with this stuff. But I mean, if we're going to go line by line and you're going to disagree with everything, yeah, of course you're going to disagree with all this. You guys have it going a different way.
Well, we need to respond to what you requested.
Well,
We
and
need to respond to that, and that's what we're trying to do.
So to me, it seems like, and it's an old, but you're almost afraid the inmates in the insane asylum are writing the rules for the doctors.
To an extreme.
It's
But I
kind
mean,
of what
to
you're
an
insinuating.
extreme. But I mean,
It's kind of what you're saying.
I mean,
You're afraid the
I
inmates are writing the rules.
think that there could be.
And the thing is, 3 years ago, they didn't even have an employee handbook. They've been working, so they have an employee handbook that they didn't have for 40-some years. They adapted.
I think everybody's going to adapt
I mean,
to this, Dennis.
so-
They have to.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But-
So with the code and I think you're worrying about, I mean, should we wrap all our vehicles in bubble wrap? Because we may or may not have a satellite.
The
fall
reason
from
that we were
space.
put together was to try to do this the best possible way
Right.
we could. And if we think as a group that having the employees do it, then we shouldn't have voted for the RFP. You shouldn't have voted for it. We should vote for it just to say that we're going to follow what we were given last time. We didn't do that. We were then asked to say, hey, why do we not agree with this? We created this, I mean, at least I created the document taken from everything that we talked about last meeting. So now, and again, if we disagree with this, this is a committee, this is a Tom Laird dictatorship, then we say that. But again, I think if I want to vote on something today that we can all get around, maybe we can't. Maybe this has to pass, go another 30 days, which makes no sense to me. But yeah, I mean, I want to just get this so that we have in writing why we think that the way things are going is not the best possible way. I'm not saying it's not a way, but not the best possible way. Can we go to 2?
No, I think conflict, I think this is one of the biggest ones here, why we're doing it. Why would we, I don't want to say waste time, but essentially, you're going to go through a process and come back in 2 weeks. And where are the people, I won't say employees, where are the people that you're going to have do this? Where are they going to get their questions answered? Who's going to answer their questions? if, you know, just putting some in front, it is.
Okay.
If you ask somebody to do something, they have no idea how to do it, okay? No experience in how to do whatever. You have to ask somebody.
Okay.
Right? Who are they gonna ask?
Our solicitor.
Okay. At that, okay, at that amount of money, okay, for however long that takes, okay, and I don't know, you know, we talked earlier that there is no budget for this year, right? So that's money's gonna be spent or charged to something for that, okay? So I don't see where we're saving money. I just see where we're wasting, honestly, wasting time.
Well,
Going through
so-
that process where we could, as a suggestion, as our response, asking to go out for an RFP, let us handle it. Let us take the work off your back. Okay, we will do it. We're more than capable of doing that. And getting this RFP, we'll know what the cost is, you know, and if there's something wrong with the cost, then we can address it there. But not just going out for it. Doesn't seem to make sense. It's, in my mind, just wasting time that we don't have. We're going farther. We're in August now, and we want to get done by the end of the year and all this and that. And by doing it that way and then having us review it the next month or 2 months, however it gets done, I'm not sure we're saving any money, and I know we're wasting time.
What? Go ahead, Kelly.
Just,
Sorry.
I mean, multiple points there, and we can move on to point number 2,
Well-
but just as we're kind of off track a little bit.
No, I think this is good. This is a good discussion.
So if you submit this letter, do you think the solicitor won't be reading it?
This is, you asked for this.
No, I asked for feedback.
No. But at the supervisor meeting, you said, I don't have enough feedback from the group so we wanted to give you the feedback.
And that's on this?
Yes, you didn't have enough feedback for that.
Yes.
So this is the feedback on that
Yeah.
that we wanted to give you.
Okay.
I mean, that was the only reason that I even attempted to do this.
I was expecting something a little more structured like that, but sure.
Well, I mean, it's structured.
Yeah, it
Maybe
is.
not exactly.
I mean, I think you wanted us, I don't think many people were for that, you know, when we talked at the meeting. So, I mean, I don't know what we would do. And I guess my question is with John then, and I think that it is a good discussion because I think we're getting things out. If we get that back in September, and I think you said hopefully we'll get it back for the September meeting.
It's supposed to,
Okay. So that I believe is on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, something like that.
early. Yeah.
So I don't even know what we'll do with that, right? So I would hope if we get it back the day of the meeting, we're gonna sit here with an administrative code that was written by the employees, by the township employees. We give opinion on that, I guess. I mean, we already said that I don't think that we're skilled enough to do that. Maybe we can, maybe we could, but then I would wanna vote for it on that day because I would want to get it back to you so that hopefully you guys are then going to send it out? Or is the solicitor, do you think the solicitor is just going to do it then? Like, do you know what that next step would be?
After you give feedback on whatever article they've,
So, right,
Up with?
we get what they give us that outline of the code.
I don't think anything there next is set in stone.
I don't think that we would be able to review what was presented to us at our meeting.
Agreed,
be
and
able to vote on
that's the problem. That's the problem.
Need time to,
Because if we get it back in September, we don't have, I mean, now granted, we could put another meeting on the books.
true.
So, I mean, maybe we'd have to do that, because if not, then we wouldn't go until October.
Yeah.
And then we'd get that back to the supervisors by October at that meeting.
Yeah, I would think that a second meeting would probably be necessary.
So even if we did September 15th, middle of the month, but I still don't know what, I mean, I guess we give our opinion on each line, on what we think of it, and then I guess it goes out, or we don't know what's gonna happen then. So, but again, we are just advisory.
The biggest issue
So-
isn't going to be what we think of what's presented. It's going to be an official legal review.
Yeah, that's why I want to get it back as quick as humanly possible, because I don't know what value we add looking at an administrative code line by line.
Yes,
The expert does,
yes.
whoever that is. to get it done by December
And
31st,
then reviewed by the township solicitor.
if it goes out.
It doesn't hurt to have more eyes on it, my opinion.
You know, as we look back at the draft, I think the fourth bulletin down under the TAC committee is reviews the draft administrative code provided by the township. So at that statement, we're gonna get the code already provided by the township to us. So we're just gonna review it, like we're talking about, and then make our assessment or opinions toward that. So I think it's already there, which is the appetite is there under.
Yeah, I mean, that's
The appetite's there, so
That's-
that looks like this was the draft, which is just a draft, it's still a working document, nobody's voted on this. So if that's what the appetite is from the supervisors who are our leaders here, I'm not against the idea, but I also want to respect that that's what their appetite is.
I think our job
Get there.
is to advise. That's why we were appointed, and that's what we're doing. Totally, you're right, that in the end, everything is going to be up to them. Everything up to them. And we're going to support whatever we got to do to make it work, to make this transition work, one way or another. Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We're advising a certain way. If they choose to do it, fine. If not, that's their prerogative. But I think we should bring it up, and we should bring it up as we see fit.
Is the plan to present to this committee?
You know what, Brian, I know you weren't here. Do you have it? Do you have that's the one from last, Dennis?
Okay,
From last week.
so would the plan be to present this committee with a draft administrative code prior to or after the township solicitor reviews it?
That's a good question.
Haven't got that far yet.
I'm not on that committee
Okay.
writing it, but my guess was, I would have said before.
So then,
Well, I mean, that would make
I
sense.
mean, that's just-
If it's after, then we're spinning our wheels and we're wasting our time. But if it's before and we have comments, okay, then maybe the solicitor would at least check out what our comments were. But if
Yeah.
it's after the solicitor has already made his comments, then we're wasting our time.
Well, and my thoughts are, there are certain points in it where there are decisions to be made. And I think that's where it would be helpful if,
we don't know what we don't know. I think that's the thing that frustrates me. We don't. The employees don't know what they don't know, right? You know who would? A solicitor would know it, but also 3 other municipal law firms or another consultant that has done this before or has lived and eat and breathes it every day because that's what they have. I mean, that's what's frustrating is now we have our solicitor. I have no problem with Mark Shaw. I don't have any issue with him. But we have one set of eyes on this thing. There's already issues or questions about the study commission. And if we would have had our own, I guess, consigliere, right? Our own group that was working on this with us, with the township, we would have been able to have those other discussions. But now it's kind of just one-sided. It's really the township employees are writing this, solicitors approving it. We kind of get thrown a little, hey, check it if you like it, and then we
Oh.
kind of move on. I mean, it's that,
the future council is approving it.
well, you know what I mean. Of course, they're voting. We've talked about that, but I'm saying what would be presented to them is the final working draft of what the township believes. And so, again, that's why I just think that this is kind of a process. Again, it is the process, but I just wanted to put down the thoughts of the committee of what we thought. And again, if you guys disagree with some of this, this isn't my document. I want this to be ours. If you hate it, then hate it, and we can move on. I just thought they wanted feedback, and to be honest, the minutes of this are going to be really good feedback, because I mean, it's basically the same thing that we just did. Kind of last week, we did it again. But
I mean, do you feel that we're wasting our time because they've already made up their minds?
to a certain extent, I think there's still value that we're bringing. I think there's still value. I think this discussion is really good. But again, I think after that administrative code, maybe we come back into play with some of the other things that have to be done with the, with a possible, how we can find the manager or have that discussion. Do we need somebody to go out and look for us? Can we do it on our own? Looking at the amended codes, looking at or ordinances, that kind of stuff for next year.
No, it's like, I mean, I did vote for the request for proposal because I said, you know, you can get all the estimates you want, but they can still paint the house purple.
100%.
And, I mean, I get the feeling that you're saying they're already painting.
No, I mean, it's fine. I just wanted to kind of put into play and give, I thought what Kylie wanted of where we were.
This, where I put it, that document needs addressed. The one that the supervisor, and it's just a draft copy. I don't know if it's changed. Has it changed? Has that ever been voted on, actually?
No,
So
right.
this is fluid?
The
one are you-
copy from last week, the timeline.
This one here?
Yeah.
The one in July?
No, at the supervisor meeting, I asked for it to be tabled.
Because
Yeah,
you
I
wanted
thought-
feedback.
I thought it was
Right,
the vote
right.
for.
Correct.
Right, she wanted feedback,
So,
right?
okay, but there's nothing more to this draft document that you need addressed, right? I mean,
No,
there's
no, no,
other
no,
thing.
I wasn't,
So we can consider this the final, so to speak?
to give the feedback on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, just want to make sure. Okay, but I think it does need addressed, and I think Tom's doing a good job just to get it out in the open, so that you have it.
I don't think that was
And,
emailed.
you know, see what happens. But you're getting honest feedback.
Oh, yeah.
On what we think works. So,
I suppose I'm just saying I didn't realize this whole letter was, you know, like, when I pictured the feedback, I was just kind of like, oh, line this needs that, line this needs that.
Well, you talked to the wrong committee.
they meet later after us.
Listen, I just think it's really important. I think all of us know it's really important. I'm not discounting that at all. We've all put a ton of time into this. I just want to get, again, if this is not the thoughts of the committee, like I keep saying, but I mean, can we just roll through, like, I'd love to hear anything else you guys have. If we want to vote it down, I'd love to take a vote on it. If you want to vote it down, we'll vote it down. We won't hand it in. But that's kind of what I thought, that should at least be public.
Okay, did you want to get going with number 2, Brian? Start with your thoughts?
Sure. I can skip right to 3, actually.
Good. Yeah, let's do that,
I don't have
Brian.
a whole lot on 2
okay.
there.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And at the first sentence in number 3, where you say the TAC has been told, we were told by the DCED, correct?
I mean, I think we've been told by everybody, right? DCED, I think we've been told by the solicitor, and I think that
True, the
that's
solicitor
true.
did say that, true.
That I mean, the framework is basically there, and I think
My
we
only
agree with
comment
that.
there was, maybe it adds more credence if you say the DCED was clear that the optional plan prescribes.
They did mention it.
They did.
Okay, no, that's good.
They did
Maybe it
mention
adds a little oomph to it.
You're talking when they were on. the-
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
And several times they commented how it was taking it off the shelf and plugging it in to the proper,
But everyone is different, right? I mean,
right.
standard maybe question,
They
but
said it was
there's,
a stamp, but to plug it into our needs,
yeah, right.
which meant they're like 5 versus 3 or, you know, amounts vary.
Well, that's where the expertise comes in on how to change
I
that.
don't know, I can count to 5.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
I'm going to skip over, again, my numerous dweeb comments, and we'll go right to number 7. Anyone considering a run for council next year deserves to know, and I just changed the wording there a little bit, the framework governing council's possessive decisions and those of the manager. That makes sense to you folks?
Say that one more time.
Anyone considering a run for council next year deserves to know the framework governing council's decisions and those of the manager.
Yeah, I think you're just being more specific, which is probably good.
That's about the extent of.
Say that again, Brian. The framework?
To know the framework governing council's apostrophe S possessive decisions and those of the manager. And And then you say a candidate should be able to find out what a council seats, or what a council seat pays before they circulate petitions. And I think that we've talked about that at length.
Well, we're gonna talk about it
Yeah.
again.
That's important. That's about it. Candidates and residents. Okay, last sentence there. Candidates and residents need,
Last sentence.
last sentence of,
Seven?
I'm sorry, second
Seven,
paragraph,
paragraph two.
second paragraph of number 7.
Okay.
Candidates and residents need details explained, and you say in plain terms, which is good, well in advance, not discovered after the election. You can't, and I was had a
I love it,
discussion
Brian.
with my
This is
wife tonight. And she admitted that she doesn't know enough about what a council knows or what a council is going to do. And if that's the case, the wife of a former supervisor, I can just imagine what the other 54,000 residents are going to say when they pick up the phone to report a pothole by calling a township council member. Now, that might work,
It'll say,
but the
here's the
council member's going
manager's
to say,
number.
call the manager.
And I would also take that one more step and say, well, maybe not, but now if you're running for a council position and you've been part of this process, you understand. But I bet you there's a lot of people, I don't say a lot, but there's people that are considering running that don't know this yet.
Right.
That, again, another reason to have the administrative code done as quickly as we could. So then, again, I think we still can do maybe a better job on that. Maybe that's another topic for the next meeting too, of how do we get the word out a little bit better and help these guys do that as well. But
It may
Point taken.
It may actually take a mailing to each individual residence. I don't know,
Or we could put out something in the magazine,
Yeah.
the magazine.
like
yes.
as a soft launch type stuff.
The
December-
interview that was
winter's
talked
not
about
set
on,
yet.
on Channel 12, I guess, that would help, although not too many people are gonna watch that. But more people you may have a better chance of putting it in the magazine, of people actually seeing
no, it's probably a really good point.
something like that.
Oh, I also believe we are the cover of the final
Oh, sweet.
magazine, so we will have a photo shoot coming up.
Okay. Anything else? John, you and I on the phone, you hated my last part.
I didn't hate it. Maybe it's just, I think we should have an ask for this. And by ask, I mean, okay, we're requesting something for the supervisors. I think earlier we voted 6-1 to ask them for an RFP. I think we ought to repeat that. Repeat the ask. And everything else here, you know, if they choose not to do it, well, okay.
So you
That's
didn't
their
like the TAC respectfully ask the supervisor to take an up or down vote on the request for proposals submitted, blah, blah, blah?
No, I think there should be a vote.
Right.
But I think we should say, we ask that you approve, send out, and fund the RFP.
I see
As a
what you're saying.
recommendation.
You're saying take position of approving.
Take a position and ask, say, okay, here's our response. We ask again to approve it, and then.
All right,
take a vote.
I want to hear from everybody on that. Probably not you, Kylie, that you'll
Are you-
abstain, but.
Are you referring to a
You can.
specific section or?
Yeah,
They could
the
still say
request for, the last one, turn the page maybe.
I think he's referring to this page.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
because you, in what we were given, you,
He doesn't want an up or down. He wants, please approve.
There is going to be an up and down, but
Because-
we're going to request an up.
Request 4.
in number 5, you state that you would like,
Yeah,
but then you say it again in number 7.
Just,
yeah.
I don't think I did in 7.
It's kind of buried. The only thing I ask is, here's the last,
Okay, I got you.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
You say it in 5, you say it again in 7, and then you say it again on the last page under request of the supervisors.
I don't want to get,
Because I really mean, Brian, I really mean it.
Obviously. But I think that once would be sufficient.
Gonna say it 3 times so you know.
well,
Okay, I'm gonna delete it from 5. I'm gonna delete it from 7. I'm gonna keep it hard on the last one.
Yeah. Our actual request, again.
Okay?
I don't see it in 7, Brian. I'm sorry. Can you guys help me?
Passing over a lot of that stuff.
Brian, where do you see it in 7?
What did,
We asked the supervisor to state publicly that they agree with no, just with that date.
the very last sentence there, yeah, we restate our position. And then we ask the supervisors to state publicly.
That's the December 31st. That's a different.
Completion date.
Yeah, the completion date's different than a vote date.
I know, John, just tell me one more time, because Don Brown got me screwed
Well,
up here.
no, okay, what do we request as supervisors? Number one, I think we request that, again, that the RFP be approved, sent out, and funded as, period. And then we can say the TAC respectfully asks to take an up or down vote on this request on their next meeting, or whatever that is. The rest of the words are fine, but we just don't say, again, we wish that you would approve this. It's our advice. We're advisory.
Okay, so the difference we're talking about here is, one is about the RFP, and the other is
Yes.
we need to make sure that everything's done by December 31st of 2026.
Hopefully that's not changing, period, no matter what happens.
Right.
Yeah, that's not, yeah, I think we all have established.
And I would say that's the only thing from an up or down or from a vote on the new, if you guys do that, that was important because you would vote for that December 31st date because that's on there. So again, I think that's just, it's an important date. I don't know what you're gonna vote on, so I'm just kind of throwing that out there too. Okay, all right. Anything else on this? So just to clear everything, we take a vote on this. If you guys are good, I'd made all those changes into this. I didn't want to wait another 30 days. So if anybody wants to read this or whatever that I have digitally, I just change those 3 or 4 lines. And then again, I'll just sign this and send it to Kylie and the 2 other supervisors tomorrow. That way we're at least on the record of what is coming out of the committee and what we think. We good with that?
So the validity of this after it's sent,
I mean, it's whatever they want to make with it.
whatever they want to do with it, okay.
We're advising.
We're just advising,
And we're
the
responding.
solicitor wants to look at, it didn't.
Yeah,
go
and
any-
responding.
It's just us responding back.
Yeah, right.
Right, okay.
It's not a legally binding document.
Document,
By hand
okay.
to stretch.
One more. Last, well, you have respectfully submitted, right above that,
Yeah.
but our job is to advise. If we just started that with, we would rather raise the preceding concerns, everything else that we talked about, preceding concerns now, than give an impression that the Transition Advisory Committee inadequately performed its duties.
I love that. All right, tell me that again. Brian, you're like,
I started that out with, however.
we would rather raise the preceding concern.
However, we would rather raise the preceding concerns now than give an impression that the TAC inadequately performed its duties.
What do you mean?
We don't want people thinking that we were asleep at the switch.
Well, I mean, no matter what, we are going to perform our duties, no matter what.
Yeah, we're stressing the
Advisory.
thought, the advisory committee is stressing the point that we think that this should be an RFP, and we are sending this document to the supervisors saying, we're gonna give this one more shot. We think that this is really important, and we don't want the public to think that, what's the matter with you people? Why didn't you tell the supervisors that they should put out an RFP?
Well, that's, That's just what we talked
I
about.
think we're good. I think we're all saying the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're good. All right, are we good? Everybody had their piece?
I'll make a motion, we accept this.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we want to take a vote here. I guess I got to do that without Matt.
I can write down stuff.
Okay, I'm just going to go around. Brian McGrath.
Well, and what is the official, what are we voting on?
We are voting on,
Send this to the supervisors.
Just
Response?
sending edited letter.
Yes.
concerns of the Transition Advisory Committee regarding the proposed administrative code creation process. Got all that?
No.
Wait a minute.
It's all right there.
Why don't, do you want to say we're responding to this, to their July 26th?
Yeah, I guess to proposed,
We're responding to that, is what this letter is,
okay,
right?
yeah, no, that's good.
Formal response.
To the letter that they sent July, there's no date on it other than July.
July 26th.
Maybe you want to.
All right, we good?
Yeah.
All right, Brian McGrath,
Yes.
Dennis,
No.
Cody,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Tom Laird, yes. Kylie Morris,
Abstention.
okay. Okay, moving,
Motion approved, right?
yeah, we're good. Motion's approved. We pass. I will send this tomorrow. Okay, the last thing that we want to talk about, which I think is pretty important too, is, and John, I'm going to hand this off to you, is I know kind of in subcommittee, you did a lot of work with the payment of the future council. I know that's kind of been a hot topic. Having said that, I'll kick this off to you.
Yeah, in the past couple of meetings, we've kind of talked about it as something that needs to be done. And I'm thinking we can do this relatively easily. I know there's a lot of issues around this, but we were specifically asked by the township in several correspondence, including where we met initially upstairs there, and also in this document that was just signing out, was a recommendation for compensation for future council members. That's our task, given to the transition committee several times.
There is some disagreement about that from Mark.
Well, I'm just reading letters.
Oh, I know that's what it says,
Okay.
which is one of the things that I think needs to be edited on there. But Mark had questions about it. He's reaching out to the Attorney General, asking them some questions.
Yeah, and certainly this committee has nothing to do with state law, and if there's changes because of I understand what he was talking about.
Yeah.
You know, but that's above us. That's a state
Yeah, no.
ethics thing, whatever. I don't know.
Personally, I think it's fine that we are the ones to discuss it. I think it's
Weighing
appropriate.
in on it, right? Because.
Exactly.
Yeah.
According to what Mark said,
He's worried about how it legally happens.
right,
But
he thought that the
I think we should talk about a
study
number.
commission was supposed to make a recommendation, and their only recommendation was to follow what the state said.
Yeah.
They didn't come up with a number.
Well, they did, $8,385.
No.
Up
As
to.
it said, the up.
to.
He
to.
was worried
And
about
he-
the language,
He
so.
wanted it to say a specific number, not up to.
Yeah, and I think that's where we probably should keep this conversation. I know there's another
Yeah.
issue on maybe you guys and how a supervisor would move on, like if what you would get paid if you went on this new, but that's way beyond our
Yeah,
scope
I'll
or
let him
anything.
figure out the legal stuff. Yeah,
so-
if we come up
yeah,
with
John, go ahead.
a recommended number, that would be, I think,
And that's
helpful.
where I'd like to let's
And all
concentrate
we're gonna
on
do
that
is weigh
number.
in on a number.
And we're done. Okay, you asked for a number, we gave you a number.
Bingo.
You guys figure out whatever needs to be figured out.
Yep.
So what I did is I went back to the committee report, and in it, there are three two different examples of what council members make in these different townships that are similar to us. And I gave you a little document here. Mill Creek, population 54,000, they don't get anything as a supervisor. Lower Paxton, 53,500 population. Each of the council members there get $5,000 stipend per year. Middletown, 46,000 population. Each of their council members get $4,000 a year. Cranberry, 35,000 population. They get $4,375 a year. And Hempfield, 41,400. They get $4,167. I also attached what the state says they can get based on their population. And for us, they can go up to $8,385.
What's that first number in the brackets there?
They,
It's like minimum.
Minimum.
no.
No.
That was the previous number, and then I don't remember which year they updated it.
It was $5,000 forever and ever and ever.
Yeah,
$35,000. $35,000. It was just always.
yes, yeah.
And then somebody said, this hasn't been updated in 40 years or something.
Yeah.
So that's when they went to the.
I don't know how they calculated.
And from what I read, actually read in some of the stuff, the councils that got voted in, they had to vote for the next people. They weren't allowed to give themselves pay. And then they were always the
Yeah,
next.
like-
So from what I perceived was the first group got 0. And then they said the future people got, legally they had to assign it. So
That's where it's
the
all
council,
technical.
yeah. So we could say whatever, but according to the legal, it's already been determined, is what I'm saying. Council is 0.
There's disagreement on that.
3 years.
Yeah,
Mark will figure
whatever
that
it
part
is.
out.
And that's where but then that council then determines for the next coming up.
yeah. That's in the code. You can't
The
give
council
yourself a
can't-
raise.
Right, but the first council was 0.
So I want to make sure I understand this. So the sitting board of supervisors will not be voting on what the council will be paid?
We are confused about the exact process. That is where Mark is reaching out.
Because if it's going to be the incoming council, then those people would be voting on their own salaries, which you're not
They're not
supposed to be
allowed
doing.
to
And I'm just gonna be a jerk here, and Kylie's gonna probably punch me. But another great reason why, if we would have sent this out, we would have had another voice to have these questions from.
We did ask the DCED,
We didn't, maybe you guys did.
Would you ask them about what?
the issue of like what number and how it's determined, and
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure they're the right people to do that, but they could certainly do an opinion.
they didn't give an answer.
Yeah, well, that's what I think if council wants to go farther,
They
let
get
them.
into semantics too in the past, because there's never been supervisors being replaced by council. It was always done in-house and phased in.
But again, this is all code stuff that we're not interested in. We have no power for it. However that works out, it works out. We need to determine a number, okay? And what I've given you is numbers of similar size townships in our class, second class. And also, the other thing here too is, and I would ask, if for discussion on this, but based on those numbers, they seem to be the closest. But note that any recommendation from the TAC is only that, a recommendation, and it can be accepted, modified, or not approved by all supervisors, as the TAC has no power or authority to implement any of these recommendations, and the final compensation number will be determined by the supervisors. We can advise you, but we can't tell you.
You also
That's what we're doing.
And you also focus on
And I
pay,
think
but
it would be helpful.
Other thing.
Exactly, that's
they
why-
get health benefits and you focus on pay, but what about the legacy costs? There's a lot of, like here.
They're not
in
employees.
Erie. Well, no, but you have council that gets $2,519 in Erie County. They're
I don't care.
part-time.
I don't care.
Right, but other people will see what's local. They don't care about Philadelphia. They care about what Erie's getting.
I care about what we're,
What I'm saying though is, you say pay, but then they could also give themselves benefits or
No.
health insurance. They
No,
could.
you can't. No.
I believe
Not
that,
according to the second last.
yeah,
version, no.
that one's spelled out in the benefits.
and just so you know, one of these townships, let me see here, Middletown, and one of they get 4,000 each, is in the Philadelphia area. So, that takes into account a little bit higher pay
Or
thing.
Paxton is, I believe, near Harrisburg. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
And I don't want to use this as a derogatory term, but they're a very progressive township.
Yeah.
And if they were only paying $5,000 in 2026, I'd be shocked. I don't think that's, maybe 2024?
These are as of 2024. We got these numbers.
So if this group was going to make a recommendation, my feeling is that we should base it on other townships of similar size, of which there are only a few.
Well,
And Paxton might be one of them, but I think that Paxton, I'm guessing now, is probably higher than that. I think that the $5,000 number probably was based on what the second-class township code set as the maximum prior to the rewrite of the code.
these numbers, the ones from Lower Paxton,
Yeah.
Middletown, Cranberry, and a letter from Hempfield
Working session,
are,
we need to work.
were asked, directly asked on the phone.
What they're
by-
paying?
What they're paying,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say, and it's all public, we can find
It's
it
all public.
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly, it's all posted.
Right, okay.
I mean, it's kind of tough to get, you have to maybe ask the
Talking
right
about
person.
salaries, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, huh, what are you
File
talking
a
about?
right to know request.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Dang it, it's posted
So,
outside on
in any event, and these four, you know, Mill Creek doesn't get any, but, so I don't know, they're in the mix. But you average them up and it's like $4,300, something like that. And even if they've changed, I doubt they've doubled, I doubt they've gone anything further. Cranberry, their latest one was in 2011, and the code has changed, so then, and they refused to get a,
Oh, okay.
an update.
Pay increase?
Pay increase. So, you know, it, honestly, I think if you want to be a council member, you want to serve your community, you know, and
Someone in your committee, the other committee that, you know, we're gonna have all these like highly skilled doctors and lawyers and business people running for council, and they were gonna save us all kinds of money because they wouldn't need paid.
Lower Paxton
they
is
can
still
refuse it
5,000.
if they like.
It was in an ordinance adopted in 1999 and has not been updated since, but yes.
What?
So they have not looked at it since these
Part
numbers
of the
changed,
argument
but
is saving money.
according to
no.
Code 360, that's still where it is.
No, that wasn't the biggest.
27
It
years
was part of
later.
the story, explained to the public.
I don't remember that, but, okay. in
Did
any-
you find it?
No, I'm an idiot.
So, in any event, whatever number we choose to come up with, if we want to choose to come up with tonight, and I really hope we do, just to get it off our books, I think we have a good representation of similar townships, you know, in the area. So, and again, this is just a number. The supervisors are ultimately going to give that number and pass a resolution at some point, I would think, to make that happen before the new council members get on board.
Can I make a suggestion? I think that this is important. And John, maybe, I don't know, we don't have a subcommittee on this, but again, maybe we table like a vote, an actual vote on this as kind of, we're bringing this up really for the first time. But if we can maybe have, I don't know if we need to create another subcommittee, maybe just for this, and we can all meet. And again, I think, Brian, to your point, like we can get a ton of what people are being paid in like municipalities. I'd even like to know what's around here.
So just like give us some homework.
Right, so, and then maybe make a recommendation to, when we come back at the next meeting, to say, hey, this is our subcommittee, this is the reason, this is what I think that group
Around
should know.
here, you're not gonna find anything, because
No, I actually have some of the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like,
What City and Corey and
yeah,
Hempfield.
but no second-class townships.
Well, no, but existing
Yeah, but
still,
supervisors.
apples to apples, you're gonna have to use second-class townships.
yeah, no, I hear you, I hear you.
Yeah, and I think the idea was paying maybe a higher amount is that everybody, possibly who is on the council, is also, this isn't their full-time career. This is a way to get, you know, citizens who are working in X, Y, and
It's the gas
Z.
money.
Yeah, it's not even that. They're there, it's part of it, you know, versus a minimum versus a max. You know, I think, I would hope maybe that those applying for the council wouldn't worry about the financial part, but they're also doing it, they're putting their time in. This is their compensation for that. The residents would be agreeable to paying somebody the max or a middle tier toward that, because they know that that individual is putting their time in for the township. It's not just because they
No,
want
agreed.
the $5,000 or they want the $8,000. They're there for that. So,
I mean, is that agreeable? I mean, do you think that that's a good way to go?
What other numbers are you talking about needing? What other numbers are you talking about needing to make a decision? I mean, if you don't want to make it tonight, that's fine. But what other numbers are pertinent here that we need to consider when we're doing this?
The only other number that I thought might be beneficial is if you had what the other similar-sized townships over.
And I'd like to see, John, maybe the 2026, if they've changed, or if there's the 2026 numbers.
So,
Like,
maybe some pay raises.
Over 35,000, there's got to be at least a couple dozen, I would think.
Well, we
Over
had the top 25 when we were in the commission.
Oh, did you? Okay. all right,
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean,
Top 25 population.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what we dealt with when we were comparing everything.
And so you got,
So this is part of it. Not all of it, part of it.
okay.
But I mean, it's the closest in population to what we have.
I was gonna say, I'm
The rest
pretty
of it
sure,
goes down
I'm
to,
pretty sure these are correct.
yeah. So,
Well, that's from the study.
Yep,
Didn't
that's
bring
what
that
he-
with me this time.
That's what he's making reference to.
those are legal costs you're looking at there, Brian. Don't get,
Oh, that's legal costs. Okay.
yeah.
That's
Or you
not
might want to
salary.
look at it.
Well, isn't there somewhere in here where you do make reference to,
Yeah. Go to page 47.
Initially, I thought that this group said, well, just pay them the $8,345 or nothing.
And you could do that.
Yeah.
But I'm
That's what
saying,
I
what
was.
is reasonable to what everybody else in Pennsylvania is getting?
on the right page.
That's similar to us. And I think that's a fair representation. I mean, I don't mind saying 8,000, but I don't want to be,
well,
I want to say I had something behind the number.
at
And
the
I think
8,003, then you're paying the council $349.37 a meeting, or $698.75 a month.
Whatever.
Well, you had a problem paying a solicitor 300 something a meeting, so.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but. You made
what are you
a
talking
comment last time that the solicitor got 300 some dollars an hour.
I think that's their hourly rate. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think
But
that's it.
on average, a meeting is an hour for the current.
So, but Dennis, what is the point? What is the point you're trying to make?
Well,
He wants to pay less.
yeah.
He wants a lower number.
Fair, yeah.
That is
thank
it.
you.
Who does it?
Understood, okay.
I mean, if they're serving Mill Creek Township and not self-serving, they should get zero.
That's fine, unless you have somebody who wants to. I mean, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 grand might make somebody like, well, if I'm not gonna do this totally for free, the amount of work that this person's gonna do is significant, even as a part-time. So to not even have your gas paid when you're driving here, like, I don't know, does that deter people? I would not be for that. I don't have a number in my head. I thought I would be at the highest number. I've been talked down, I think, by a couple citizens that have made sense. I think, John, you've kind of made sense to me. I think that's why I don't feel comfortable voting today. I mean, me personally, because I'm all over the board on this, to be honest.
Well, that's fine, but what other I mean, we can sit here and talk about it, but what other numbers would be appropriate? And I don't think just local numbers.
The reason I say zero, you could always go up, but once you start somewhere, it's always hard to go down.
But it's not a lot of money. And the study commission said that too. I mean, even if the study commission talked about, even if it was at the highest level, there's still massive cost savings. And that really wasn't the reason. Again, I'm not saying to go to 83.35, but I mean, those people are going to be, especially the first group. I mean, the amount of work that is, I think, going to happen with that is going to be significant.
And again, this is just a number we're giving them. They're
No, I
going to
know.
make the decision.
Right.
They are going to make the decision. If we don't want to do it tonight, tell me, please, and I'll investigate what other numbers. You want me to go down to the 25 that we had, but then the population goes down to
And
10, 15,000.
I mean,
Not
and
appropriate.
I'm fine with it if people just want to think more about it.
I do too, but if we're going to think, what else do you need to make the call? What data do you need? That's what I'm asking. Because I can get it, so we
When I
can
said
move
the
on.
25, John, are there 25 townships? I'm guessing that there are.
Yeah.
With populations over 35,000.
No, not over 35,000, no.
Not as many as you think.
I mean,
Well, I gotta agree.
I was gonna say, you have
Yeah,
the
you have
list
the
in there, right?
I have it, but no,
Merged over the last few years, too.
Okay. So you're limited, when you're looking at 35,000, you're limited at your,
I think that's appropriate. I think it's appropriate.
oh, absolutely, yes. But I just thought that there were quite a few more than like Lower Paxton Township or
There
Middleton.
It's
there
here
aren't that
somewhere.
many.
They either become cities,
Tell me
or
what you
they
want
get
now.
absorbed, or they combine.
I also believe that the city and the county have also made reference to compensating their members who are elected
Or they're
to be
small.
part of this and not zero to keep
Oh, my, there's,
candidates interested in running. If they're not doing it for some, they're also, it's a part-time gig after they're doing their regular jobs. It's extra compensation for the extra work that they're doing. And it's a lower idea.
My
So
opinion, if you're looking for a stipend when you're running for council,
You're in the wrong job.
yeah.
yeah.
right, no, I
Look at all the
understand.
money those
I've just
school
heard that.
district,
Yeah.
the school board makes. Look at all
Yeah,
that
that's
money.
right.
What is the school board? What was the school board?
They don't get paid.
Zero.
Nothing?
It's a zero. Zero.
And they take a beating.
They do take it.
You know, I've been on a bunch of committees and all that. The only money I ever got was on the zoning. They paid $10
$10.
a meeting.
$10.
That was it. All those years.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's $10
Which is
a
fine.
meeting, though.
$10 a meeting.
All right, listen, let's move this along. I mean, are we willing, I mean, I don't even know if do we want to talk about a number? Do we want to think this through, come back with a number for next time that we can, like, beat a number up? Because we're all over the board here, right? With some people going high, some people want zero. I mean,
I would like some time to think about it, only because my initial thought was the 83, whatever it is. 83,
Mine was too.
45, Was the number that I thought, Mill Creek Township is one of the biggest. We've got a big police department, and lots of roads to maintain. But that's more of a manager thing. That's
We're going to
not-
get into that with.
that's
the
right,
manager.
no,
You bet.
100%.
That's not a
100%.
council member thing is my.
All right, I would like to do that if that's, I mean, I don't know.
Motion to table?
Yeah, motion to table, and then, again, I'd like to talk on this, though, and we can do it, I don't know, if we want to do a subcommittee, John, like, I'd like to maybe really hash this out a little bit more. I mean, I know we have the numbers, but I like what you said about having something behind it, because again, I think I'm all over the board with it too.
I can get more data. If you want to make, I'll be happy to
Yeah.
chair that subcommittee.
Yeah.
And I can get some more data and, I don't know, get,
I vote to table. I move the table.
Or, yeah, second.
All in favor of tabling?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. What will be next? Citizen to speak? Are we kind of there?
Yeah, I don't think there was anything next. It
Yeah,
was
so
just
we.
the two main issues.
We will open this up now for anyone who'd like to speak.
Going once?
Yeah.
oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
It would seem like the biggest argument is who does the code?
Oh, hey, Bob, can you just state your name?
Oh, Bob Enos, I'm sorry. And you have a choice between having the employees at the township do it or have an experienced group do it. So to me, outside, it seems like a pretty obvious choice. The employees are good at what they do. I would venture to say not a single one of them has any experience in writing township code. So now you're going to have people going to the Mark Shaw asking questions, probably a lot of questions that he's going to have to research. We already have an enormous legal bill that's going to just increase substantially by having him having to answer all these questions. So are we saving money by not farming this out to a group that actually knows how to do it and can do it? We're running up against the clock here. So if the township employees are doing this and they're having to ask questions of the township solicitor, waiting for answers to come back, and then finding out, well, we got some more questions, asking the township solicitor, waiting, it's going to take an enormous amount of time that you don't have. We got a hard clock of December 31st that this has to be done by. So in my opinion, It's better to do it once and do it right, because you always have time to do it right the second time. Do it right the first time, farm it out to people that know how to do it, and have them do it for us, do it right. We can massage it later, but at least the basis of the code will be correct. And as far as compensation is concerned, if you set it at the high amount, peg the needle right out of the gate, you don't leave yourself any room for any type of increase down the road. And do you want to pay our council members that are starting out the same amount as somebody in another township that's been doing it for 10 years and has the experience? Just my thought. And thank you for doing what you're doing here. We really do appreciate it. I was a member of the study commission and kind of know what you're going through, so thank you.
We're doing it for the big buck.
Hey, where's our $10 to get home?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm Candy Horn, and I would have to say you can't afford not to have another set of eyes, professional eyes, looking over what you are proposing. I know that these supervisors are all of a sudden concerned about saving money, which seems a little bit ironic to me. And Mr. McGrath, you had made a comment on Section 7 that you didn't want people to think you were asleep at the switch. You people are not asleep at the wheel. You're honking the horn, you're flashing your lights, you're trying to avoid an impact of devastating consequences to this township. And I appreciate what you are doing. I do have one question. Will a council member be able to be an employee of Mill Creek?
I don't know that. I don't know that. I mean, that would be, I doubt it, but legally, I don't know the answer to that. We can, that's probably
Okay.
a really good question.
All right. Well, again, I thank you for your time.
I think I know the answer, but I don't want to state it for the record.
It's a really good question.
Conflict of interest.
Are we good?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Yo,
Anyone opposed?
welcome to stay.
Thanks, everyone.